A Fox News alert right now, Israel on the defense with airstrikes over Gaza after Hamas terrorists attacked Israeli troops in a clear violation of the ceasefire. Benjamin Anthony served with the IDF in Gaza after the October 7th attacks. He joins us now live from Israel. And Benjamin, just moments ago, we received a statement from the IDF confirming that they have begun striking Hamas positions in southern Gaza and the Rafah area. And they add to the statement, quote, "These terrorist actions constitute a blatant violation of the ceasefire agreement, and the IDF will respond firmly." Your reaction?
Well, first of all, Griff, thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure to be with you. And of course, the Israel Defense Forces must respond, and it will respond forcefully and appropriately. And as we speak, the Prime Minister, the Minister of Defense, and the senior branch of the security establishment in Israel is convening to talk about what that response may be. But it's important for your viewers to know that this is, as you said, an absolute clear-cut, blatant breaching of the ceasefire arrangement at a very delicate time. We've got Vice President J.D. Vance scheduled to arrive in the area to make sure that the second phase of this deal actually goes through. So there is the international relations, diplomatic aspect of this, as well as the military aspect that the Prime Minister and his team are having to conjure with. And it's also important to know that the Israel Defense Forces withdrew, as agreed, under the agreement that was brokered by President Trump and his team, to what is referred to as the yellow line. It's not actually the yellow line. There have been some adjustments, but that is where we are. And Hamas operatives crossed that line in the area of Jabalia, in addition to what they attempted in Rafah. That shows that there is no honor among this terrorist organization known as Hamas. They've breached the ceasefire.
Benjamin, we were just showing our viewers that yellow line you're talking about. This is the yellow line that the IDF agreed to withdraw to. The Rafah area is down there in the southern part of Gaza. And what the IDF is saying is that anti-tank missiles and gunfire were shot at IDF troops across that line, which is why the IDF says it's a clear violation. My question to you, Benjamin, is, are you surprised that they violate this ceasefire?
No, I'm not surprised at all, and I doubt that your viewers are surprised. I was walking around the streets here in Israel when the hostages were returned to as the living hostages, and one might have expected that there would have been celebration and ebullience and happiness, and there was that with regard to the return of the hostages, but yet there was a skepticism, a lack of optimism, and dare I say it, a pervasive uncertainty, because we know that this terror organization has sinister motives at the core of everything it does. And just to clarify this, think about who it is that we have fought to bring home. It's our innocent hostages, our men, women, children, infants, even Holocaust survivors, even our soldiers who were kidnapped on October 7th were in defensive posture. Who does Hamas want? Psychopathic murderers of the worst kind, and they want them out of Israeli prisons and in their society.
And Benjamin, just in the last 30 seconds I've got, we still have 16 deceased hostages whose remains we are hoping will be returned. Does this now make it more difficult to get those deceased hostages' bodies?
Well, then we've seen Hamas revert to the drip feeding of our dead, which is what it's in the midst of doing to us. It's poisoning the atmosphere here in Israel for obvious reasons. Of course, the consideration of how we bring back our deceased hostages will be central to the weights that the Prime Minister is giving to various responses. But we are attacking from the air. There will be a response, and it will be an appropriate response. We cannot accept these sorts of breaches, nor would the Israeli people tolerate it, nor would any people tolerate it.
And we will continue to follow this story very closely. Benjamin Anthony, thank you for taking time today.
Thank you for having me.